Hello Collective, this is Tan from Artemis Oracle doing your full moon and Sagittarius reading or strawberry full moon reading. So the strawberry full moon is in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is a planet that's ruled by Jupiter, which is the planet of good luck, fortune, expansion, and growth. So with that being said, with the full moon in Sagittarius, it's asking for you to release anything that basically keeps you from growing, from expanding, from you seeing the bigger picture, especially when it comes to your life, your future goals, what achievements you hope to attain, even what you want in your love life. And also Jupiter is the planet about travel, so it's about taking adventure. So this is a time to really reflect on what are you holding on to, what is keeping you from doing things that allow you to have some adventure in your life, possibly even take risks that are going to benefit you in the long haul, you know. But with that, it says that this is also a time to look at what is stopping you from taking risks, you know. Sometimes we make excuses for why we don't do things, and they could be real risks. I mean, real risks. They could be real valid excuses. But the thing is, if you want to achieve something, you want to go towards something, you want to do something, you're going to have to find a way to work around it. So it's like, what are you willing to do to get what you want in the end? You know, what are you willing to sacrifice? You know, what are you willing to release that will be for your benefit, you know? But that's what full moons are about. It's about releasing what doesn't serve you, and so that you can receive and go towards and take the necessary actions that will lead you toward what does serve you, what will bring you happiness, what will bring you joy, satisfaction, contentment, and whatever it is you want in life. All right, so we have the two cards from Moonology, the full moon and Sagittarius cards, and both of them talk about the bigger picture. See the bigger picture and look at the bigger picture, you know. So this is about not focusing on the little details. Think about what your grand scheme of things picture is for you ultimately. What is your ultimate goal? You know, envision that, and then you can, like, once you figure out what it is that you ultimately want to achieve or to receive, then that's where you can really go within and think about what steps you need to take, you know. And also think about what could be certain blockages, obstacles that you may come across, and how will you, what actions you will take to help you overcome those, so that you get closer to achieving whatever it is that you want. You know, and it could be with job, it could be with career, it could be with travel, it could be with finances, it could be with, you know, business, it could be with creation, small business, hobbies, anything that you love, anything that you care about, anything that could add to your stability, but also, you know, give you a full, well-rounded life, you know. So I have this card, the full moon and Sagittarius card. It says, embrace your vision for the future and expand your horizons. Freedom, vision, I don't know, and expansion. Freedom, vision, and expansion. Right, and then we have this other card, which is Strawberry Moon. A time to embrace joy and celebrate life. It encourages connection with loved ones and sharing in moments of happiness. You know, this is the time to really not only kind of go within, but this is a time not to go within. Essentially, this is a time for you to reconnect with people that you care about, people that you love, people who are there for you, who support you, you know. Okay, what else? So what I wanted to do was, since full moons are about releasing, I wanted to go into my surrender cards, like the power of surrender cards, and I'm going to see, what do you need to surrender, like what does the collective need to surrender, and what does the collective need to surrender to. So we're going to first start off with surrender, and we're going to get 3 cards. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I keep saying 425, so I don't know, maybe that number means something to you. 425. I've seen that time, I saw that number on the timestamp. That could be somebody's birthday. That could be part of your phone number. Okay, we have surrender, comparison with other people. Yeah. Don't focus on other people and what they have. Think, focus on what you need, what you want. Because, you know, everybody, what other people have may not, it looks like it's what you want, but are you willing to do everything you need to do in order to get what they ultimately received? And plus, will you appreciate it as much as the other person does, you know? So it says, keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power, you know? So maybe you need to see the fuller picture about yourself. You know, don't see the limitations that you have, but see all the positive traits that you possess. Because Sagittarius is a positive sign. It's a sign of positive, you know, with the world, the expansion, good luck, fortune, adventure, travel. Surrender fear. Let go of fearful stories you are telling yourself. Stay in the moment. Focus on solutions and celebrate every baby step forward. So if there's certain things that you would like to experience, you know, it's time for you to step out of your comfort zone. And that's what the full moon in Sagittarius is also about. It's about stepping outside of your comfort zone. Can you get another card? Okay. Surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. So surrender the drama. So that's what you need to surrender. That's what the collective needs to consider surrendering. Some of those messages will resonate and some of them won't. So please take them as it resonates. Now, what do you need to surrender to? I swear, that guy reminds me of Enrique Iglesias. Okay. Any other messages? For surrender, what do they need to surrender to, Spirit? What does the collective need to surrender to? Surrender to joy. A key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling. During both the hard and easy times, keep surrendering to more joy. So, you know, Sagittarius is a planet about positivity. It's about seeing the brighter side, looking at things with a bigger picture, including like small issues you may encounter. So this is a time to, whenever you encounter some challenge, it's a challenge, basically a challenge for you to not let the challenge overtake you. Instead, overcome it, you know, by looking at things from a different perspective, not allowing it to ruin your happiness, and instead seeing it as a test to how strong you are connected to your happiness and how willing are you to hold on to it. What are you willing to do to make sure that nothing can penetrate your happy bubble? That's what came to my mind. Surrender. What else do you need to surrender to? What else do you need to surrender to? Okay, those cards fell. What else do you need to surrender to? 2 more cards, Spirit? Okay, I'm gonna get another one before I read it. 1 more. Okay, Sagittarius. Okay. Surrender to your intuition. Tune into your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. You know, with the full moon in Sagittarius, wow, sorry, it's not focusing. Okay, with the full moon in Sagittarius, things usually get revealed. Things usually come to light, right? So if you are experiencing, like you're seeing synchronicities, you're seeing, you're getting certain nudges, certain things that, like signs, it's the time for you to really pay attention to them and see what is the meaning of it towards your personal life, or what's going in your situation, or probably do a little bit of research and figure out what is the significance of what you are continuing to see, what nudges and gut feelings and, you know, stuff that's popping up in your mind, you know, what significance does it have to you and your situation? Remember, the full moon is, the power of the full moon is 72 hours before and after, so it'll be until Friday. It's potent. So here we have surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have magic in us. Even in the mundane aspects of life, remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. So that really ties into surrender comparisons with other people. You need to really focus on who you are, acknowledge your positive traits, notice and acknowledge how you are towards people and how you are received by people, especially those, particularly those that validate who you know is who you are, you know, what you consider yourself to be, who you consider yourself to be. You know, you need to know that you, in some way or another, we are all magical, you know, and we are sometimes placed in people's lives for a reason, and sometimes there are people who are placed in our lives for a reason. So there's something inside of each of us that makes us very special, especially when we're in the right circumstances and around the right people. So remember that you are special, that you are magical, and that you are a unicorn in your own right. Because I see this white horse back there and it's just reminding me of a unicorn, and it's perfect. The horse being in the background, centaurs, Sagittarius, the centaurs, you know, it's all about freedom and independence, you know. So you need to free yourself from anything that is a threat to your independence. Free yourself from self-limiting beliefs. Free yourself from other people's beliefs. Don't allow what other people think about you to dictate your own identity. You get to choose who you want to be, you know. So let's see what else. So I'm going to go into the Moonology deck and see what card we could get. Okay, you got 2 cards for the advice. I love this. I love this. Take a risk and cut your losses. You know, sometimes you have to take a risk, and if things are going to work out, then they will work out. If they're not, then you cut your losses, because is it really a loss if it didn't work out? It's not meant for you, you know, but take a risk. It's Moonflower, take a risk. I love this. This is so perfect. This goes with the reading, because remember, Jupiter, Sagittarius, luck, good fortune, expansion, growth, adventure, risks, you know. So if you take a risk and it doesn't work out, that's okay, because that means it wasn't meant to. Then you go towards what will. You know, you have to take a risk on yourself. You have to take a chance in yourself. Or take, am I saying that right? I don't know. Take a chance on yourself. You know, believe in yourself. Have faith in yourself. And right here, you see this wheel? It reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune. And remember, you are the captain of your own ship too. You get to just steer your life in a certain direction, because we all have free will. We all have free will. You know, as above, so below. You know, your thoughts become your reality. So mind your thoughts. Take a risk on yourself, and if it doesn't work out, just cut your losses and keep it moving. Okay? So I'm going to end the reading there. I hope that reading was helpful in some way. If it was, please like, share, and subscribe to Artemis Oracle. My name is Tan. I'm your reader, and I'm wishing you a happy full moon in Sagittarius. Mwah. Bye.